Good afternoon. This is Nate. This is Nate Flies, and I'm going to be practicing some flight simulator stuff in my Boeing 757. So we'll be starting in about 5-10 minutes. Enjoy some King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. again, everyone. Every no one or someone. This is Nate. This is Nate Flies. This is my little YouTube channel where I sort of practice flying jetliners in X-plane. And today what I'm going to do is work on a couple things that I've been screwing up in this aircraft on the takeoffs. So today I'm actually not just going to be winging it like Stu always says. I'm going to be trying to be a little more very serious today. But usually, yeah, this is the thing. All right, let's get started here. Yeah, I'm in XP12. I am in the FlightFactor 757, which did just get an update. So I'm curious to see if we notice anything. I don't think we will. I think most of the updates were for something else. But what the plan is today, so again, I'm in XP12, FlightFactor 757 freighter. And we're doing short flight today because I kind of want to get, I might be able to have enough time for there and back, but we're going from beautiful beautiful Flint, Michigan. I have many things to say about Flint. Holler to my friends from Flint, Michigan. Rough bunch, but a good bunch. But yeah, we're flying from Flint, which is a FedEx UPS. They fly out of here a lot. And they're just heading down to Indy. There is some weather in the area. So by the time we get to Indy, we're going to either be in it or just behind it. We shall see. But that is the plan today. We'll be taking off. All right, here we are at the West Cargo. We'll be taking off runway 18. So there's no departures out of here. So this is actually why I'm choosing this today, is because the thing I need to work on is my on low takeoffs to keep my speed under control, because I've just been blowing past my flap speeds every time in this. So and that's no good, and part of it is a misunderstanding I've been doing, so I'm going to talk through that a little bit. But then otherwise we're going to go to Indy, kind of our usual from the snake pit, and we'll be heading the ILS left. They gave us a couple of them in case we need the Cat 2, and we'll park somewhere in FedEx, and then if I can get, depending on what the time is like, I will head back to Flint. Yeah, so that's the plan for today. So let's go ahead, and like I said, I am cold and dark in the FlightFactor 757, an aircraft I'm really enjoying. It's older, but I still like it. And yeah, so let's get going. As I get the aircraft started, yeah, so just to explain a little, this is get the external power on and get our bus ties on. Let's make sure everything's coming to life. All right, awesome. Emergency lights. This all can wait. We don't have enough fuel at the moment. Stick a light on. Window heats, even though we don't have any. Auto, we we actually do have passengers today. And Indy is like 800 something. Again, I should know this. Let's say 820. That's like that. Work gets do some of the startup stuff. Overhead panel looking good. Okay. But yeah, what I was saying is this is just kind of a little hobby stream that I have. That I started recording myself doing flights. Let's get the IRS going because this takes forever. We'll see it. But yeah, when I kind of was practicing flight simulator, I was messing up. There's a lot to mess up, if you could believe it. These aircraft are it takes some amount of skill and knowledge to fly these things. Who would have thought? So I was just messing up some things, and I was at the point where I didn't know what I was messing up. So I started recording on OBS, and watching back the streams was very helpful, but also very boring to just watch back. So I started listening to some music and then talking over it, and that's this. So I'm doing this kind of to help improve, and also if anyone wants to, come and say hi while I'm playing video games, well, I can't turn that down. So let me turn my lights on here. Let's get the rest of our basics all set up here. And yeah, I'm going from cold and dark to fully ready on this thing. We'll put in a fake squawk. I'm not on VATSIM or anything today. All right, let's do a quick pre-flight checklist. So oxygen, flight instruments are looking good. These will come in soon. Parking brake is set. Fuel cutoff, gear pins are removed. Okay. Pre-flight complete. And let's, for now at least, let me dump in. We're 298. So our QNH 2980. Lower. 2980. We'll check this again before we take off. But yeah, the other thing too is it's windy conditions. I'm working on a couple things, like I said. Managing my takeoff speeds. I'll talk about that more when I kind of get into here. And then the other thing is managing my wind correction on landing. And we will probably be dialing in a VOR to help us out on some navigation today. So with that said, what I can do is I've already, I'll go ahead and start loading the aircraft. Load. Okay, loading the plane, please wait. And while we do that, let's go ahead and set up the flight computer. And Avia tab will help us with that. So, going to the flight computer here, we are in a 757. We have the correct database. Great. Position in it, we are at Kilo Foxtrot November Tango. Good old Flint, Michigan. Not known for its, stunning beauty and such, but I know at least a pretty good guy from there. And we're going to India November Delta. And we called ourselves today FedEx 4622. Got it. Go to our departures and arrivals. Pull up the chart for us. so we can see all this stuff. Oh, we're only going up to 3-2. Yeah, because this is a quite a short flight. So, coming out of Flint, we'll be taking runway 18. There is no SID, which is sort of why we're doing it today. Flint. Route. Next page. It doesn't even like, if you don't put in anything, it won't let you activate 18. This is something weird that I noticed, but let's see here. Because this should be active. Let's do an arrival. See what happens. So we will be doing the Snake Pit 2 on the SJ transition, and we'll be doing the ILS 23 left, and we're going to do that the Larry, if I recall. Route, activate, execute. Alright, I did that just to see, is this going to give us, yeah, interesting. On the legs, it's just like, if you don't put that sit in, it just doesn't like anything. So, let's figure out, how do we put, I'm surprised it doesn't even have runway 18 in here at all. Very weird to me. Kinda. Well, in any case, on our routes page, let's go in here. I know the first thing we're going to do is go direct to this QB. So, Quebec, uniform, Bravo, Echo, Echo. Invalid. Figured. So QB here. What? Juliet, X-ray, November. Then direct to A, SJ. Yeah, so that's interesting. All right, let's execute that. Yeah, look, I mean, it won't. Oh, Christ, I'm a dum-dum. All right. Activate. All right, so that was just me not pressing the right buttons. Before I activated it. Oh well. So let's go to the route now page. All right, now things are looking slightly more what I am expecting. So let's go to the plan. There we go. We actually won't be going direct to QB because we're gonna fly out and, like I said, working on some of those our speeds. All right, cool. So we've got that. Let's put in the rest of our stuff. So reserves today, 6.5. Call it. Cruise is 320. Cost index 33. And the cruise wins 258 at 7. So let's do our takeoff. We will use our sim brief calculator, and so this is what we'll kind of talk about a little more today. So as usual, flaps 15 landing at once. I don't think I've ever seen that in this thing, so we're gonna go flaps 5. Zoom temp 43, and get the CP from here. Really low trim because we're pretty light today, I think. So 143 V1. That's the speed we have to decide whether to brake or hit the gas. 144. That's when we have to actually take off, and 145 is our engine out. speed. All right, looks good. So computer is good. Let's set the MCP. Go ahead and flip our flight director on. And we've got V1 or VR set here. We're going to be flying runway heading. So let's go. Let's look at Flint for a minute here. So again, there's no SID, so we're just going to be flying out 185. Let's put that in. All right, 185. And we'll have to find that VOR. And the whole point today is I'm going to be doing, it's pretty low around here. I'm going to be going just to 3,000 and chilling. Because I'm trying to just like very gently get to our altitude and go through our flaps. Because like I said, I've been doing a couple things wrong in terms of how I've been messing with my speeds. So we're going to work on that today as our main thing. So, okay, MCP panel is all set here. Great. Feeling like, let's just step through our legs page real quick here to make sure we've got one step. All right, we have a full flight plan in there. Awesome. All right, go back to the init ref page on this side. Let's let our co-pilot have legs, and we can start doing other things now. Nice. All right, recall, all expected stuff. All right, let's further power up the aircraft here. Go to map mode. I do need to reset my EFIS panel. All right, nice. And we'll be setting up some VORs and stuff before we go, but let's at least start getting things going here. So, operations, airplane, ground. Plane is loaded. So let's go ahead on the airplane, close all doors. And on the ground, we can get rid of stairs, the loader, the fuel truck, the other loader. But GPU chocks we will keep on for now, and let's get the APU going. So, everything else looking good. Let's start the APU. Auxiliary power unit, which is an engine in the back here that is going to supply electric power and compressed air for us. We like looking up exhaust pipes of airplanes on this stream. Tasty. All right, cool. So APU is running. Yep. Great. Oh, I did just realize something. I was talking about this with some of my online friends the other day. All right, we're good because I'm pretty sure 0.9 is basically when it's full here. In our quantities and stuff. But you know, these planes do track what you do, and if you go on a route that you end up flying kind of crappy because then you put too much pressure on it. So anyway, let's go. APU gen is auto. Let's turn these utility buses on. Go ahead and put another light on, and we're pretty close to go. Let's get the packs on. Isolation valve is open and APU bleed air on. Cool. Get rid of the ground power. Okay, bye-bye ground, and parking brake is set. Bye-bye chocks. All right, we have freed ourselves from the umbilical cord. But like I said, there's some other stuff I want to do navigation-wise, because that's our kind of goal for today. So one thing I will do is pull up on Navigraph. Let's close this and look at Flint. There's a VOR here that I want. 116.9. So I am going to go into VOR mode here and dial in that VOR. I think I said 1169. Is that what I said? Picking something up. VOR is on. There we go. I don't want that much right now. So, okay, cool. So we do have a VOR. The reason I'm doing that is just so I have a little course guidance coming out, and I want the DME distance, because what our plan is going to be today on this takeoff, and again, I'll show you on Navigraph, and the reason I'm doing this more deliberately than usual too. So I'm going to fly runway heading, and then basically go about 10 miles, and within that 10 miles I want to be at my altitude, which I should be. I want to be all on schedule, but I'm just not going to speed my way through everything. Just a nice gentle, we're going to go autopilot fairly soon, and they just changed runways, but this is fine too, because I want to actually feel a little bit of this kind of crosswind that has been kind of messing with me a little bit lately. So let's do a crosswind takeoff, and then we're going to be doing a crosswind landing later, hopefully, although it's headwind today. But yeah, so that's the plan. So the only other thing I kind of wanted to do is, at least from this VOR, really one thing I don't know the syntax in here, so let's go to our fixed page, and really my main thing is, so what's this airport K Foxtrot November Tango. Okay, I just want a 10-mile ring around the airport, and that will give us here kind of where I'm planning on turning. So in some ways, when we're a beam to QB, that's where I'll be trying to pick back up and fly over to it, make a big right turn. But that's kind of what my plan is today, and I'll just use my VOR here to help me. And I realize I don't want 050 course. Yeah, 185 will do the trick for us. All right, awesome. Let me do some stuff on my co-pilot side, and then we'll get the hell out of here. All right, cool. Let's get some hydraulics on. Extinguish. That one stays on. This one. Extinguish. Yaw dampers can come on. Let's get our fancy Rolls-Royce engine stuff all set. Limiters come on. Let's set these to auto for now. Well, we're skipping a little bit here with the fuel pumps on already. Okay, I feel like we are ready to rock. Let's go ahead and do a checklist. All right, fuel is set. Yep, 15.7. Windows are locked. MCP, we've got our V2 speed in here. We're flying runway heading 3000. And like I said, we're doing no LNAV, no VNAV. We're just going to let this thing go into the modes that it wants, which will be heading hold. It usually goes into heading hold and well, speed and that. So we'll perform that. Takeoff thrust is checked and set. CD pre-flight, rudder, aileron trim is set. Taxi takeoff briefing. This is a pretty easy one. We're going to push back Charlie to we should take full length, so we'll go Charlie cross Alpha and whoop, and around. All right, cool. 4-star checklist is completed. Get pushback.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
All right, I'll tell you where I want this thing. Right here.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
All right. Yes, very serious stream today. I can hardly stand it. How serious we're gonna be today. No, I just realized I've just been. It's like one of those things. I've just been messing up some very, very basic stuff that is. I'll go ahead and put that on. Or just some things that it's like you get some idea in your head from flying in another aircraft, and then when you jump into a different one, you keep those, and I shouldn't have. So I've been repeating a little mistake lately.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
All right. I don't think I need to tell him anything else. Let's see. Left shutdown, hydraulic parking, power transfer unit. Yep. That is all expected. All right, we are getting hooked up. Yes. I always think I miss it.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Better pushback guy I like. I hate the flight attendants in this aircraft. So, okay, we're ready to rock. We're going to start some fancy Rolls-Royce turbine engines. This is always exciting. So, let's go ahead and turn our packs off. And parking brake is released. Here we go.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right, let's light them up. So we start with engine 2, set to ground. And we will watch N3 start spooling up. Big Rolls-Royce turbine engines on this bad boy. APU air is being used to start spinning. One of the parts of the compression in the turbine comes fuel. And then you add fuel and fire. So oxygen, fuel, fire, thrust. Alright, cool. Engine 2. Everything is looking good. Let's go engine 1. Homeboy is going to talk to us, I think, in a sec. Alright, watching N2. Or N3.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
And that one is about 15%.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Excuse me. Alright, engine 1.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Alright, thank you, dude. Alright, awesome. Let's do after takeoff, or after takeoff. Let's not do after takeoff. We haven't done that yet. After start flows. So let's get, so we're switching over the power to the actual engines now. We go ahead and flip some lights on. That's half of flying an aircraft, by the way, is turning lights on. Anti-ice we shouldn't need for right now, but we may at some point. Don't need the strobe yet. Everyone strap in. Oh, let's be good. And yeah, 788 is our landing altitude. All this is good. Let's get our packs back on for our precious packages back there, and go ahead and get rid of the APU. Oh, APU can come off. Turn the APU generator off. Couple more things. Check our flight controls. Back, forward, pull left, pull right, and rudders. Still am not sure exactly where I want my rudders to be in real life, so I haven't anchored them down yet, which, you know, is a problem. Okay, so we have the trim today was 2.5. Let's pitch up. All right, 2.5. Get weather radar on. Tilt it up. Guess we can do weather and turb. And I'm gonna give, since it's gonna clutter up my screen, let me give our first officer the weather. No data yet. Oh, did I? There we go. Let's see what it's oh, I have it up. Yeah, so it's showing something, but it's always, again, the weather radar is tricky in this thing. Mostly because I have no idea what I'm doing, but you know, I'm like tilting up and getting a bunch of weird returns already. Anyway, let's not. So RTO set flaps 5. I feel like it's not a slot. Let's see. So this is this other thing. We get half flaps, jumps to 1. I'm not sure if that's just this indicator doing that or if it's the okay. So there we got our flaps out slightly. Alright, cool. Let's do another checklist. Alright, anti-ice as required are okay. Isolation switch is off. Recall is checked. RTO, ground equipment is clear. XC turn off switches are on. Alright, cool. Go ahead and turn TARA on. Alright, we're good. Let's go. Parking brake is off. Release. But yeah, we're actually looking forward to a little. I don't mind taking off on a currently unused runway at the moment. Because we would just take off at this point with the wind. We would just take off, what is it, 2.7 here? Yeah. But, so be it. Wet out. So yeah, Flint, Michigan, I see this flight every so often. Actually, I mean, more than that. I mean, I think they do it every day, these 7.5s. Fly from Flint to Indy. And back again. Alright, about to cross the runway. Get some other lights on. Approach sector. Although, look, I mean, it's showing headwind, so. What do we trust? What do we trust? Alright, here comes Alpha. Heyo. Alright, we're almost ready. I hate those switches. They're the worst. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and line up and wait, and then we'll do our takeoff check. God damn these switches, I hate them so much. Alright, auto throttle will come on. I have my mental image of what we're going to be doing. So let's line up and wait. And this reminds me, I need to install the Drishel light mod. Note to self, Drishel light mod. Alright. Parking brake is set. got some vague weather returns there. Let's not get sucked into the whole weather deal today. So yeah, what I'm doing today is, like I said, I'm going to be, once we hit V2, I'm going to, I mean, I could also like set the baro to about 1,000 feet is where I want to start. Here it comes, 1,900 feet. That is low. Let's use this one. We're at 900 feet, so let's call it 19. So 1900 will be our acceleration altitude, and that's when I want to engage my modes, or engage autopilot first, and just be very gentle with our speeds and go through the flap retraction, and we will be on our way. All right, how about we do a checklist for taxi? All right, before takeoff. All right, we know what we're doing. Check. Packs on. Flaps are set. Stabilizer trim is set. Flight controls are all checked. Cabin is secured. And those lights are off. All right. Concentrate, people. Concentrate. All right. Parking brake is off. Takeoff. Let's go. Just pull these bad boys up. 40%. Good. And thrust. Okay. $80 knots. So we do have just the headwind. B1 rotate. Wings level. Okay, positive rate of climb. Gear up. Okay, let's trim up a little bit here. Trim up, gain some altitude. Crazy climb rate. Alright, so here's this 1,000 feet. I'm going to go into autopilot. So it should be heading, hold, and vertical speed, but we're coming up to 3,000. Go ahead and select. Alright, so now I'm just going to bug up ever so slightly. Go to flaps 5 speed. A little wobbly out the gate there. And remember, the whole deal today is I'm just trying to keep this thing. You're tracking 1.8. We're getting blown pretty good here, but it's fine. So now I'm at flaps 5 speed. I'm going to speed up just to flaps 1 speed. I'm going to go to 1. And part of it is just this thing. All right, now we actually are at flaps 1. And now I'm going to bug up. And flaps speed up to 230. I can speed all the way up to 250. Why not? Alright, here comes that 10 miles that we talked about. Okay, so you know what? We took off and I mean, it's bumpy, don't get me wrong here. But that was kind of all that was just my practice. So now let's turn. Now that we hit the 10 miles, let's head over to that first waypoint we talked about. Flint, Michigan is getting a low pass for me today. Alright, cool. Let's climb 8,000. And let's actually don't want to go nuts. Let's go vertical speed. I just want to climb at 1,000 feet per second, 250. Okay, vertical speed. Yeah, so the whole deal is I'm just trying to, actually, it's kind of pretty out. I'm just trying to, like I said, I've been letting this thing fly me. Now I'm flying it. Let's do a quick after takeoff checklist. Let's turn lights off. And again, I always want to do more, but it does a couple things for me. So, okay, let's go checklist. After takeoff, packs are auto, landing gear up, flaps up, and altimeter will be set once we, I mean, we're still low, so we'll get there. They're set to where they should be, put it that way. Okay, so we're about 10 miles from QB. Let's go ahead and go direct. You know, we might as well just skip QB at this point to Jackson. And let's execute LNAV and see if you turn okay. World. Alright, I'm not sure why that camera is there. Alright, I noticed this, we're a little wobbly. Alright, yeah, sweet, there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to map here. Auto. Be on auto. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the erase the fix. Don't need any more. And if we actually want to make this top a climb, let's keep going. So now I will go ahead and go up to 320, I believe is our climb. And VNav, go! EPR, VNav speed. Mach 0.776. What's our climb rate? Yeah, I mean, aggressive, but you know, whatever, we just have packages. How's our... Alright, I'm not gonna get sucked into the weather again. But there is some weather. That's the ground. Where's the tilt? Go +5. Alright, we are climbing. Alright, so I feel like that was a much better... Hold on, let's get our wits about us. Okay. I feel like that was a better, more controlled takeoff than what I have been doing. Put it that way. Yeah, so luckily I have good resources in the flight sim community, namely really smart people who know more than I do. How about we chrono? Let's reset that. 49. Okay. But yeah, I was basically I got it in my head that when you take off without like an LNAV, VNav, or even with, but I kept, or I mean without, but bugging up to the up speed immediately. But I thought it was, I guess I thought it was some sort of like a more of a safety type thing to make sure that your engines are still pumping out. Whatever. It's not important why unable cruise alt. Well, we'll get close. Yeah, so I spent too much time dicking around. We're staying low today. That's fine. Right as we reach top of descent, we'll be coming down. So this is just like an artillery shell firing. Alright, here comes 18,000. I'm gonna go ahead and just set standard now. Standard 292. 992. Alright, awesome. Our top of climb is just past our top of descent. So let's say top of climb. Can we make it 280? Yeah. Alright, 280. That will give us a top of climb. Alright. Coming out of Juliet X-ray November 09. Yeah. So temperature is cold, not cold enough to not need it, I should say. So let's go ahead and turn our engine anti-ice on. As we pass through some precipitation. Arguably should have been on earlier. So that's a weird X-plane cloud. Really, we should already be planning our descent. So yeah, it'll be windy today. And we're coming this way. Probably shows this on the map somewhere. But we just have to worry about being under flight level 20 by RCAB, which is about 100 miles away. We are all good. And we are landing 23 left. So track 243 to cross FEMGO between 8,000 and 9,000. FEMGO. Okay. Then on track 231 to cross Larry at or above 5,000, 210. Yep. RNAV or ILS. We'll do the ILS, radar vectors. And yeah, this is what we'll be doing, 111.15. And inbound course is 230. Very cool. Alright, we are approaching our altitude, and then we will be descending momentarily. So we can finish that checklist, and here's our descent checklist. Do a recall check. So I know today in Indy we're gonna be doing this flaps 30 landing, but I need to make sure. So what I've been doing, the other thing I've been messing up is I've been only, when I hit VREF, you should always be +5 to some extent, but I've been in heavier winds. I really need to be like 10 or 15 above that speed, and I haven't been doing that. So I need to kind of just, even though I'm always a little fast, so it's like no harm, no foul. We'll go auto brake 1. But that's going to be our plan for today, is to just sort of, because right now it's 220, 15, gusting 21. So if we look at that, we're landing 230 is the final approach course. And so what do we say? It's 220. Probably easier to look at this way. The 230. So here we're coming in. The wind will be coming, you know, we're 10 degrees to our left, and we're just going to want to make sure to keep our V speeds up, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be hefty by the time we get there. But all right, nice, above the clouds. So 40 miles to top of descent. The only other thing I was going to look at is this is really one of the best, I mean, not one of, probably the best flight sim stream on Twitch. YouTube is Blackbox711, and he has all these great documents for subscribers to the channel. So what we're going to be doing is sort of using this little kind of rule of thumb chart. So on this example, getting 360, you know, this is essentially what we let's see, I mean, we're looking at something like kind of close to this, where we're getting a headwind with full gusts above the steady wind. So if we were to follow something like this, we're going to want, instead of just the regular VRF, so you take half the steady headwind. Oh, I can't do both of these. Oops. But if it's 15, so half of 15, 7.5, 8. So VREF plus 8. You know, a little bit of cross, but that shouldn't be too much. The gusting is 21. And but since it's a headwind, let's see, it has like a 360 at 20, gusting 30. We would add another component, so plus 15. So that's what the full gust above. So another 5. So that's what we're going to be shooting for today. I mean, this is very similar. A little slower than VRF plus 15. But what I had been doing previously is basically just keeping my VRF plus 5 and not really adjusting for when the wind has been, for when headwind at least has been in my face more. So that is what I want to work on this landing. Alright, so our first restriction that we care about is, well, we will be going all the way down to at Chuck, at or above 10,000. So I'm gonna go ahead. Where is that's further. Okay, here we go. There is our little charts. Well, let's shoot for that 10,000. Alright, 10,000. Our minimums today, 990. Touchdown elevations, 790. Jumping all over the place. Alright, 990. Papa descent is imminent. Descent checklist. Pressurization is set to landing. Recall was checked. Auto brake is set. Landing data, we got our VREF. Approach briefing, we know what we're doing, is complete. We're descending and landing on an ILS. We're making sure we respect the wind. Alright, next will be the approach checklist. Everything nominal here. Alright, let me check my phone. No one is bothering me. They were. Let's make sure we start descending, and then I will be right back. Down we go. Alright, down we go. Sweet. Alright. Enjoy some outside views for a hot sec. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. We are still descending. We're on speed, on path. Looking good. Alright. Go legs here, you can have progress. Since we're still kind of messing around in this cloud layer, we'll keep engine anti-ice on. Wish I could touch the button. Yep, we still need it. So, X-plane clouds. Whoa! There's that weirdness that happens. Well, generally, I'm a big fan. I don't think I've ever flying into, like... I guess there's the rain. You know, this is actually in real life over in the Midwest. This kind of thing. I freaking love this. And this is how it is kind of looking. Sometimes these intermediate layers look a little odd. But I'm okay with it. I leave that for the experts. But, you know, I don't think we're going to get any meaningful returns. Alright, what is the QNH? Wind is still there. 2980. Alright. Just enjoying the sights and sound of flight simulation today. See, because when you look here, that looks like an actual weather return of some kind. No, like I said, alright, passing 18,000, standard. Go local 2980. Okay, and just because I don't feel like dealing with it, we're gonna say our all our lights are coming on now. They make us goons at FedEx. And navigation wise, I just want to go into ILS mode here. And I like entering it like that. And so that'll help us keep our, get a sense of our heading. But yeah, we are getting actual weather returns. That does look like the kind of cloud that would give you a return, as far as I know. Yeah, the other thing I consistently estimate the wind in X-plane also. Use all that. I actually just want to give. We'll go terrain over here. Well, blue skies ahead. That, are we over Carmel right now? A little too far out still, probably. Aha, Muncie. Muncie, Indiana. Likely fairly unremarkable. Sorry, Muncie people. I know I shit all over the Midwest every time I stream, but grown on me very much, Midwest. We just have to be honest with ourselves. All right. We are descending. I need to be... What speeds does it care about? I'll need to be 250 sooner than later here. Not till Kakook. And then 210 by Larry. Bumpy. Well, hopefully we get out of some of this. So, are you going to respect restrictions? I don't think so, because I don't see it. This is the other weird thing. Idle VNAV speed. We are not on the ILS. Let me take a picture. I mean, we're like, yeah, nowhere near being on path. Alright, speed, VNAV path. So, we're going to need to be 5,000 above by Larry, so I'm curious about something. Are you going to kick into what mode now? Alt capture, okay. I figured. So since it says we need to be above 10, I saw it somewhere. Oh, see, we needed to even be, so that wasn't in there, that 11.5. Alright, so we just busted altitude restriction. We're about to get, that's gonna cost us, folks. So what was that FEMGO 8,000 above? That's not in here. Let me see. Can I put that in here? Alright, slash 8,000 above FEMGO. There it is. Now if I go down to 5, let's see if this thing... Alright. VNAV path. $5,000 So what was it saying here? Where did I get in my head that there's a 10,000 restriction? Conk. What am I reading? Yeah, it's weird how you get stuff in your head that's totally fucking wrong. Alright, see now this is, I guess, I don't know. Like I said, the, that is something a little, that I don't think is a me problem on this aircraft. Anyway, coming into Indy. Here's, once it loads in, where we're coming. We'll get a very light view. The FEM between let's see what the VNAV in this thing does. How respectful are you? It is leveling off. Indianapolis. Lucas Oil Stadium down there. It's really not capturing the majesty that is Indianapolis. Anyway, downtown should load up. Downtown is here-ish. Just a little too far away. Alright, we are continuing our descent here. Alright guys. Do a checklist. We need to get our head in the game here. Alright, altimeter is set, nav aid set. Start landing checklist. So we want to be 210 at Larry. Larry, we are 10 miles, 5,000. Everything's looking good here. So Larry, and we want to be 4,000. I want to go down to 2600. All right, 2,600 feet will be pacer. So currently about 15 knots headwind. I always say miles per hour, I think, when I watch back these. Missed approach, 3,000. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up the speed window. We're doing good. I'm going to slow us down to our up speed. Weather's looking good. I'm going to go ahead and get that off so it's not bothering my screen. And go ahead and arm approach. We'll get on the localizer right away. Lock. Come on, engines. Spool. Spool! Alright, so pacer, we are there. Alright, glide slope. Just to help us slow down. Go flaps 1. Alright, we are visual with the runway. Can we see the downtown spawn in? No. Well, I mean, you know what? I mean, it kind of did. Not much to write home about Indy downtown. Huh. Alright, I'm not paying attention. Let's get some speed brakes to help us out. Because we are not slowing down at all. Alright, pacer in 5 miles, we're going to be 170. If we can get there. Flaps 5 is 220, so safe to go flaps 5. And I'm gonna help us out, so let's dump some gear. Gear coming down. There we go. Gear create all kinds of good drag for us. Okay, gear down. I'm gonna put the speed brakes in. I'm gonna go flaps 20. Gonna arm the speed brake. Alright, so we just got that direct in our face, 15 knots. So half that component, 7. Let's go down to VREF. 133. We'll go flaps full. And we're going to add, just for 20, 10. So let's go 143. Oh, you God. Come on, auto throttle. Alright, I'm gonna... Alright. Add-on got us a little bit. The auto throttle just totally dumped out. Wind is picking up a little bit. .44, 45, actually not too bad. Yeah, so usually, man, it's so hard to get the power settings good. I mean, look. Yeah, just so all over. Is it gusty? Let's just set power here. Looking good. There's a touchdown zone. Autopilot off. Come on, baby. Keep the touchdown zone. Ooh.
Minimums.
Continue. Low.
100.
Go. Come on, baby.
50. 40.
Well, we'll be a little long. That's
20,
okay.
10,
All right, reversers. Okay, let's go manual brakes. Reversers off. Let's brake, 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 brake. Get off here. All right, you know what? For us, that felt pretty good. Long landing. Just packages. Hey, look at that. It's almost like when you do what the FCOM says. Let's just pull over here. No rush. Okay, right, let's come to a stop. Parking brake set real quick. All right, we did a good job there. We should be proud of ourselves, I think. We'll watch it back and see. All right, flight director's off. Let's get the APU going. Are these on? Yeah. All right, landing lights can come off. Rope can come off. Cigarettes are a go. I feel like we earned that one. All right, spoilers up. Flaps can come up. All right, great. Great. All right, weather off. Co-pilot is gonna, we'll blast. I think I can get over there in time. This one. Oh, come on, button. All right, let's taxi and unload some cargo. And then what do we got here? 3:30? 4:30? Maybe we'll fly back to Flint, Michigan. But that all felt a lot better than it normally does. So we are Indy. Let's go 0.6 and park somewhere. Hello, Indy. So sometimes when you drive by, you can get pretty good views of all these FedEx fellers parked. This is where I've seen some really good, I've seen the MD-11s all parked here and 777s. There's good spotting at this airport if you're into that kind of thing. Alright. Let's, as usual, princess parking. 70. Oh, I don't have DGS. Anyway, we'll figure it out ourselves here. Have I ever said how much I hate that switch? Let's call that good. Okay, parking brake is set. Yeah. Damn you, I hate that thing. Alright, let's get the APU on. APU stuff going, and we can now get rid of the engines. Engine 1 off. Engine 2 off. APU is running. Oh, let's get fuel pump off. Hydraulics can come off. Window heats. Already turned all that off. Guess that I can turn off. And turn that light off. Ooh. Alright, engine anti-ice should have been off a bit ago. Engine switches can come off. Cool. Let's do a... Oh, damn, I didn't do my landing checklist. Oh, it armed the brake for you? Okay. Alright, shutdown. Hydraulic panel is set. Fuel pumps are off. Flaps are up. Fuel control switch is cut off. Weather radar is off. Right, shutdown checklist complete. We're not going to secure. So let's go here. Operations. Ground. Give me stairs. Chocks. EPU. Fuel truck. Luggage. Loader. The whole works. Operations. Airplane. Open all doors. Operation. Ground. Unload. All right. Good job. Let me attend to some affairs. I'll be right back. Maybe let's listen to some celebratory King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Sure. Alright, I'll be right back. Enjoy a little GIZZ, and then we, once we're unloaded, we'll return to, Flint, Michigan.
Hey. This one.
Once during the summer, we frost and like a storm. War to survey, through the cushions of the
I apologize for being muted this whole time. Oh, it was such a good stream up until that, but you got to see some quiet King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard landings. I think. Man, that is a loud APU. Anyway, I am gonna have to go, is what I was saying. Getting a little too tight, and I have some real life to attend to. But that was very fun, and we had a pretty good landing, so I'm happy with that one today. I will be back sometime soon, because I'll have a bit of time, a little bit of work the next couple days, and then I will get to enjoy some Flight Simulator again. In any case, in the meantime, as usual, enjoy some King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard on your way out. And hey, look at that. What did we learn today? If you do what the FCOM says, you A, take off better and under control, and you land better and under control. And if you follow the instructions of like real life pilots and do simple things like take half the headwind plus the full gusts above, you know? Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you, Black Box, for your wonderful resources, and I'll see everybody later. Speaking of a cat named Bruno, as always, big thanks to Bruno for all the help. Make better virtual pilots out there. See you later.